What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, cabaret games from tabletop to video games, and today we are reviewing the McFarlane Toys The Clown, which I'm very super excited for, and especially for a market price of only $40, this was definitely a figure that was extremely worth it for all the accessories that you get with this specific figure. I think that is a great price, and if you still find it for that price, definitely get it right away. You won't be disappointed at all. Now, before we begin, friendly reminder as always to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel a lot and I do really appreciate it. So let's take a close-up look. So taking a closer look at that head sculpt, everything just looks amazing. It honestly really reminds me of the movie a lot. So I actually really enjoyed this figure quite a bit. So even looking down to his feet, everything is painted perfectly. The only downside is like the hands. There's literally no paint application on his hands, so that's like the only thing that seems like a bit off, that you might want to like do a weather wash on them just so it kind of like blends much more proper compared to his like forearms, but everything else just looks on point. So we're going to take a quick look at articulation. So starting with the head, amazing details even on camera. So could definitely turn 360, rotate just a bit, but not too much, kind of tight over here. The arms could actually go up this high, and then there's a little bit of movement over here, so you can rotate them. There is an elbow bend, and by the way, a lot of these stuff over here on him, his clothes are rubber, so you could actually like really like flex a bit, so you're not worried about like any damages. The hands, as you can clearly see, no paint application at all. Such a missed opportunity for that. Definitely have to water wash it a bit, maybe just a little bit more brown just so it's not completely off center. Okay, the wrists could actually turn 360, mostly one way. Lots of articulation in the legs, even though surprisingly it doesn't seem like he has. So more rubber over here. He also has like a knee bend that goes about that much, not too much, but decent. Okay, the ankle could turn 360, could go upwards, downwards a bit, and a toe bend. So not bad for articulation, especially if you want to pose it in a specific way. Now let's check some accessories. So for accessories, we get 2 additional hands, which also have no paint application on them as well, a closed fist, and then a open hand. We get a very nice detailed knife. We get an amazing looking barber's blade, which I love. Like, look at those skulls. I don't know if you guys can actually see those skulls, but everything on it just looks on point. And finally, we get this amazing backpack thing that looks like it came from the Matrix. This thing just looks awesome, so no complaint. The only thing I have to tell you is that if you're planning on moving it, I can tell that these pieces are already very fragile. Like, make sure that you rotate it by the joints because they're extremely tight and this can possibly break very easily. So I recommend it to always move it as close to the joint as possible just to avoid any damages. Now to set it up seems very easy. There we go. We have like a bag, and then we just have to squeeze it in. I don't know how hard we're. Okay, that seems right. And then this is supposed to go in this hand, I believe. I'm not really sure if it's this hand or the other hand. If not, we could just do it by the cord, so it's not really like the end of the world. But yeah, and that seems good. I don't think he could actually stand with it unless we have to rotate it a bit further or something like that. So if we take a full 360 look with all his accessory, he just looks amazing. Surprisingly, he actually holds it quite well, so there's not really an issue like tumbling. So you're going to have to put like all the guns facing forward just so he doesn't fall, but besides that, it was not a hard process at all to actually pose them. Now I think it's about time we check some size comparison. Here he is next to Spawn Throne. Here he is next to Spawn on his throne. Here he is next to Violator. And finally, here he is next to the Classic Series 20, The Clown, which I'm actually really considering opening and reviewing here on the channel if this video receives at least 20 likes. And that's it for our review of the Clown. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And if you want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear channel.